you know there's gonna be a wrap reveal for part of this transformation, so drum roll please. We're doing paint. That's a lot of smoke. I think we're making progress. We're gonna be working with Airlift Performance to get their latest and greatest air management system into the car. I don't like it. Okay, see, we're sorry, custom offsets and fitment industry bros. We're rating all the Doritos because we're about to go ask and take a poll of Rotary or SR, and if they answer correctly, they get a bag of chips. Rotary or SR?
SR.
Rotary or SR? Rotary or SR?
SR.
Rotary or SR?
Rotary. Ooh, ranch. Yeah.
Nice. Rotary or SR?
Rotary.
Nice. I knew I loved it here. Rotary or SR?
I don't know what you're saying. The word rotary sounds cooler than SR.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll put a disclaimer. He drives a 4Runner.
Rotary or SR?
Yeah, SR.
She's just trying to make me mad right now. That's all that was.
No, it's if you know Andrew Fable, it's God's motor. Or SR20.
Okay, cut. Turbo or NA?
NA.
Alright. Turbo or NA?
Turbski.
Nice.
Gotta have a Turbski. Turbo for sure.
Nice. Turbo or NA?
Turbo. NA. All motor.
Turbo or NA?
I like turbos, but I don't even know what an NA is, so I just like the sounds too.
Yeah.
Of the turbo.
Wait, what's your favorite one that you've heard though? You've made the noise before.
Well, it kind of, everyone says doo-doo-doo. I think it's like wha-choo.
It's actually really sad that these doors won't be able to open because the back seat of an RX-8 is pretty cool. You know, we got a nice little cubby for your stuff. Oh, maybe your wallet and phone situation.
Yeah.
And then boom, look at this.
They got cup holders. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's an elite back seat,
Check
honestly.
these babies out. So anyway, we're back here. I'm pulling out this entire centerpiece. Banker was routing our cord that's gonna go to our handheld air management controller. So this is gonna be routed right up through here, underneath here, and then it's gonna pop up right in this other storage area. You see that? It's gonna mount. This wire is just gonna go through here, which this is where the cigarette lighter and everything is too, and it already has towards the front of the storage area an indentation for a cord to come through if you do want to have the handheld controller like sitting in the cup holder up front. I'll probably just end up having it in here for backup, and it's gonna be its little storage cubby. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm taking this whole centerpiece out, but I also want to wrap the sides, delete this silver, and bring some of our color to the inside of the car. So yeah, whole thing's coming out, and we should be almost there. Heck yeah. Look at this beauty. I'm so glad I did this. I think a lot of times you forget that you're the driver. So it's not like I can always be on the outside looking at my car rolling down the road. So you gotta make it pretty on the inside too. Little things like this, little pop of color or headliner. Real nice. I'm glad I did this. It took a long time to get everything out, but it was totally worth it. Look at that. And now we just put everything else back in. I think this is so worth it. I love it. We need to get rid of these harnesses though. I'll work on that next.
What are you gonna put inside the harness, dude?
You know what? I'm a huge fan of stock seat belts, especially without a roll cage, which you shouldn't even have like the full harnesses anyway without a roll cage. So I don't think we have the stock seat belt, or do we? Oh, we do! Oh, this is great. Yeah, I'm taking the harnesses out.
Yeah. Good.
And that means we also don't need to put the harness bar back in. That's also what prevented the rear doors from opening, is because the mount point for the harness bar was on the doors. So doing that in the body kit, you could never open the rear doors. But now, if I don't run the harnesses and I just run the stock belt, because I have the buckle on this side, one, it's just easier to get in and out of the car, but two, if I take off that little tiny piece of the body kit, every now and then, when I want to have suicide doors, I didn't have them. So we like that. I'm gonna do that. Get these harnesses out of here. Puzzle all of this back together. All right, it's day 3. I know I said that we had 2 days to do all this, but technically the second day started really, really late. So I say that we are still on 2 days worth of time. Right now, we're just finishing up, putting up all the little bits and pieces back onto the car for final assembly, which honestly is gonna take quite a while. These guys got me all confident on wrapping stuff, and I tried wrapping the centerpiece that goes around the shifter, and it actually works out. And now we have everything that I'd wrapped for the inside in the car, and it looks so amazing. Bringing out the color from the outside to inside looks so good. So yeah, more final assembly stuff. Everyone that did the wrap, they left late last night. The car looks incredible. I am obsessed with this color. However, I have one dilemma. And my dilemma is that after really taking a step back and looking at the car, I don't like my wheels on this car. And like, those custom rotiforms are some of my favorite wheels of all time. I think they would look really good on the S15, or like a pearl white car, or another full like neon yellow car. I don't like the paint on paint here. We'll come look at it again. It's on this side, I think. I don't like it. Like, the wheels themselves are really freaking cool. So like, I just keep focusing on those, and I do think it's awesome to have on this car, and just makes it more like flashy and extra and crazy. Which maybe when the wing is on, it'll look slightly better, just because it's obvious the car is just obnoxious, and I do love that. But yeah, I'm not feeling the wheels. Luckily, I think I'm in the best place to try and test out some other wheels. Will they be as crazy as my 3-piece different custom powdered coated wheels? I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm struggling with this morning as I put the car back together. So yeah, I keep putting back on trim bits and pieces, and they're finishing up the wiring for our airlift management system. Then we can start to test that out. We also need to make sure the tune is good on our new Nexus R3, and yeah, then we can start putting the car on the ground and see what she looks like. Oh, this also, I didn't really talk about this when I did the roasting of my car either. I figured people in the comments would give me a lot of crap for my Fender mirrors, and that's something that people tried roast me for. Fender mirrors are so cool, and I think they look amazing on the RX-8. So yeah, of course I wouldn't roast myself for them, but I forgot to point it out because I've definitely been roasted for them at some point. I love them. So then we had to make these like custom little carbon block-off plates for where the actual stock mirrors used to go. Talking to me about how you made it serviceable, which is great, because sometimes you don't think about that till you're already done. You're like, crap, when you gotta go back and work on it. So talk us through your approach with making this sick trunk setup.
Okay, so I mean, we want everything to be able to come out and be serviceable. So everything is bolted from the bottom up. So everything's sitting on studs. The compressors are sitting on studs, the tank is sitting on studs. All you gotta do is pull the 4 nuts, everything will come out. The compressors are wired to disconnects, so everything will actually be able to come apart and come out without taking the entire car apart. Same with the airlines, everything will disconnect, it's all PTCs. So it's very, very serviceable. We made the trunk floor out of your half-blown piece of plywood and rug.
Wait, the people don't know about, do they know about half-blown?
Have you not? You haven't done half-blown and full-blown yet?
Yeah, I don't think we've told the people about half-blown and full-blown. Basically, we were shopping for wood, you know, so this guy could work his magic back here. And Victoria saw an 8-foot board, 8x4. She's like, hey, I said, are you getting a full-blown board? And I said, no, we're getting a half-blown. Because we're looking for a 4x4. So now we use that unit of measurement for a lot of things. So if you're getting a 4x4, that's a half-blown board. So yeah, now they're caught up.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
So out of that half-blown piece of wood, we did 3 pieces in the trunk, so that if you need to get at anything, this piece, you disconnect this will all come out. You can get at anything underneath here, drop the exhaust, things like that.
And that was right in front of the trunk.
Yep, the seam is right here. If you look hard enough, you can see it. And then the tank and the compressors are mounted all on one. So you can actually disconnect the lines, disconnect the feed line here, and then all of this will come out together on one board. So you don't have to put it all back together. You don't have to take everything out individually if you don't want to. That whole thing will come out. You disconnect the wire and harness, you're good to go. So yeah, here, I can show you. This is a separate piece as well. Look at that. And then it just pops right back in. Ta-da! And it's pink.
Heck yeah. Thanks, Painter. Good work.
Absolutely.
And it doubles as a place for me to take a nap. All right, decision has been made. We're going with the Inovia treble chrome setup all around the car, and I do really love it. Victoria loves it. We all love it. It's just my Rotiform custom wheels are really cool, but just not for this whip. I was looking up what fitment would work on the Tesla though. Maybe comment below. Throw those on old Tessie. But I'm in the best place to make a last minute wheel change, because you look around. That's yeah, that's kind of what they do here. They're kind of the pros in that. So they're gonna go get me some Inovia treble chromes off the shelf. Then they're also going to mount them up with some tires. I haven't picked out what tires I actually want to go with yet. I do kind of want a more aggressive stretch, and that's one of the things that is really cool about ordering anything from fitmentindustries.com is that they will mount anything. They're not usually the ones that say that, but I'll say it for you guys. If you guys want something aggressive, just send it over to them and they'll do it for you. And they're not gonna mess up your brand new wheels, which is just a double bonus. So I'm in the perfect place for this. If you look at like part of their assembly here, this is sort of the process. They're gonna get them all sorted, mounted, balanced, and shipped to you, but luckily we're here, so they're just gonna mount them on the car. This is your reminder to go to fitmentindustries.com and get your ride sorted. They make it so easy to find the exact specs that you need with their fitment guide. You just enter all your car info and they'll show you all of your options from both your wheel options and your tire options as well. They have galleries where you can get some inspiration, and the best part is that they can have everything balanced, mounted, and shipped straight to you. So you will be getting your nice package showing up just like this, which is incredible. It makes the whole process super easy. So big shout out and thank you to Fitment for letting us come here and work on my first ever car. You guys can go check them out. I've always wanted tri-spokes. I actually have some custom ones made for the R33, and maybe this is gonna be a tri-spoke car. I wanna take them out, see how they fit. It is more of a universal sizing. They're 18 by 9.5 plus 35, which is usually great. My car is just a little more on the aggressive side. So we're gonna unbox them, see what they look like, and then mock them up. These are the Inovia treble wheels in chrome. These are nice. Oh. Hey. love the chrome. This might be a yellow. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see what they look like on the car. But I'm thinking, if I like them, now that I'm a wrapper, maybe I could wrap like the inside of this boat pink on the side. I don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just see what they look like. I think that's way better. I already feel so much better about it. I'm like holding my breath until I can take a step back. That's definitely the move. Like it's either chrome or white. At least at this point, without going like full custom wheels where you can have a pop of color like on the lip. I like the chromey boys. I think I like it. Ah,
I love it, dude. That looks sick.
yeah, we gotta do that. Except
Yeah.
now, I'm gonna be called out probably for my calipers. Faded paint. You'll see the calipers a lot more. But, ooh, the neon, if I did my calipers neon yellow, they would pop behind the chrome, which would be sick.
Yeah.
I need to measure my other wheels, because I don't know the offset of them, and just see how different it is. We're definitely gonna need like, more spacer. I still say we put these on for like the final look. Just from the side, like with rollers, you won't really be able to tell. Just the up close shot, it's like, you know, we're going on a journey with you guys, okay? So let's do this together. We don't gotta call me out just yet, but I definitely think this is the move. Victoria's approving too.
Dude, I love it.
What about white? Imagine white.
I think I just like the chrome.
The chrome, yeah.
I just like the chrome.
I think my ideal wheels would be at the ones I mentioned for my R33. So it's a white face with chrome lip. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But then I really don't know if I want to incorporate white on the outside. That's the other thing. It's like if I have white wheels, I have to do something white on the outside. And I'm not sure I want to commit to white that much. So yeah, chromey boys it is. We have made it to the G-Technic official training facility. We are so stoked to be here. This car and us have gone on a complete journey over the past 2 weeks.
How long does this last?
So this is going to be a 24-month coating.